A day full of heartbreaks, and yes, we have to comprehend, we have to analyze everything that has happened today in the field of wrestling, at least. Firstly, the disheartening news of Vinesh Phogat being disqualified, and then followed by a dismal performance by Antim Panghal. Boryada is there, Abhijit is there in Paris. We'll analyze, we will take the hard questions as well. We'll ask the hard questions to the authorities and the players as well. So, Boryada, what's going wrong? What's going wrong? Okay, Vinesh, I can still understand, but with Antim, I saw your tweet that she was starving for the last couple of days. It's not done.
Okay, let me put things in context first. If it was just the Vinesh case, firstly, is there a conspiracy? No.
Hmm.
Is there a case of incompetence? Possibly yes. So let us be pretty categoric here, and we will say the hard things, and
Right.
there I will ask the tough questions on this show. Number one,
Hmm.
in Vinesh's case, the authorities have told us. By the way, we have a problem of blaming the athlete for a change. Why don't you blame the support staff? Why don't
Absolutely.
you ask questions of the coaches? Why don't you ask questions of the support team? And we have always said this, stay by the athlete. In this case, is Vinesh to blame? Is Antim to blame? Let me ask the questions to you first. One, we are told that by the way, who gives the food? Who decides on what to eat? Who decides on the
Nutritionist.
recovery meal? The nutritionist, the sports scientist, and the coach. In this case, Akos, the nutritionist and the sports scientist. So the coach and the support team. The athlete clearly follows the coach and the support team to eat what they want. We are told clearly by the medical team here that they thought that the recovery meal में support staff ने सोचा कि 1.5 kg ऐड होगा वेट में
Hmm.
रिकवरी मील और जो फ्लूइड्स हैं 1.5 kg ऐड होगा उसमें हो गया 2.7 किलोज
Hmm.
2.7 किलोज जो हो गया हम लोग कह रहे हैं नेचुरल बॉडी वेट किक इन कर गया ये एक्सप्लेनेशन दिया जा रहा है चलो मान लेते हैं एक केस में मान लेते हैं हो गया
Hmm.
दूसरा केस देख लो अंतिम पगाल मैं आपको कह सकता हूं लास्ट 48 आवर्स में शी वाज स्टार्विंग so much so that she was just able to make the weight and I can tell you I've spoken to 100 people today she
Hmm.
just somehow managed to make the weight there was a real tension that she would also fail. Now, if that is the case, and then when she made the weight, within 2 hours to 2.5, 3 hours, her bout was there. She had zero energy left. She was lethargic. She lost in 1.5 minutes.
It
And
was
the
clearly visible.
it was visible. And the competitor who beat her is not a fancy player at all. She lost in the next round within minutes. So here, in Antim's case, you were not able to manage weight. Last two
Hmm.
days, you were forced to starve her. You were forced to push her to the wall to reduce weight so that she had no energy left. In Vinesh's case, you tried to give her food so that she could get to 1.5 kgs. It became 2.7.
Hmm.
And that's where it becomes a case of real incompetence. So I'm a little taken aback by what is happening here, boss. It is quite stunning as to why we are making these mistakes time and again, time and again. And is this a case of conspiracy, or is this a case of incompetence? I have to say here, I
Hmm.
am sorry, but it is a case of incompetence on the part of the support staff, for which India has lost two medals today. One a possible gold medal, and one a possible medal on the part of Antin Pangal. Both were medal contenders. And I am putting this on record. I have always asked the hard questions, and I will. I'm giving you evidence. You thought 1.5 kg put on hoga. Let's take
Hmm.
Ishan's case. Ishan is a 50 kilo wrestler. Ishan, when his recovery meal is given, I think
Hmm.
I am giving you a meal कि आपका बॉडी वेट 51.5 जाएगा. मैं रात को आपके पास काम करके मैं उसको 50 किलो में लेके आ जाऊंगा विद इन 12 आवर्स ऑफ द वे. दुम करके वो 52.7 चला गया. मेरा एक्सपेक्टेशन 1500 ग्राम 1.5 kg चला गया 2700 ग्राम 2.7 किलो. What is Ishan supposed to do then? Ishan has lost the plot. Ishan has been given a recovery meal. Ishan has been given fluids. Ishan has had it because he is the athlete who follows the support staff and the nutritionist and the coach, and he has had it. And all of a sudden, 2.7 kilos. चलो ईशान एबरेशन है आपने बोल दिया ईशान का बॉडी का नेचुरल वेट किक इन कर गया मान लिया व्हाट अबाउट गार्गी गार्गी इज 53 किलोज ऑल ऑफ अ सडन आपने वेट ऐसे मैनेज करोगे कि देयर विल बी अ सीमलेस ट्रांजिशन इनटू 53
Right.
तभी तो आपका वेट कैटेगरी प्रॉपर्ली मैनेज्ड होगा all 2 days before the competition I see Gargi is way overweight and I start pushing Gargi, no, you can't eat, you can't drink, you can't eat, you can't drink, so much so that I don't give Gargi any food in the last 48 hours and make her starve, no water. When she goes in to give her weight, she somehow manages the weight but she has no energy left. Who is responsible and how come? Why is it that this incompetence is happening with our athletes? Why is it that this support staff, and I'm dreading to say the word, but I will say the word, heads must roll. The
Hmm.
IOM must take cognizance of this. The ministry must take cognizance of this. That support team that is here, boss, you are responsible for Vinesh Phogat, you are responsible for Antim Panghal, and both are a case of mismanaging their weights. It is not a case of them performing badly on the mat for themselves. And I
Right.
am asking this question here for Rev Sports, on Rev Sports, heads must roll. Incompetence on the part of support staff cannot ruin careers.
Boryada, just one question. I saw that in the comment section as well. That who decides these coaches? Are these personal coaches or the IOA coaching staff? Who decide this coaching staff?
Very important again. In this
Hmm.
case, the IOA has a lot, but the athletes also have a lot. So a
Okay.
lot of the athletes have their personal coaches and personal support staff, and the IOA also has a coach, a nutritionist, and a team. If you ask
Right.
me, take for example in Vinesh's case, who decided that? Is it Akos? Is it the coach? Because he's the coach with the Indian team, right? Is the nutritionist her personal nutritionist? Whoever it is, I don't care.
Hmm.
The point is, whoever is this nutritionist, sports scientist, support staff, and coach who decides on this recovery meal has to take accountability. And by the way, Dr. Padiwala, who is taking the blame, Dr. Padiwala, who is coming in front and taking the questions from the media, with due respect to Dr. Padiwala, who I have the enormous amount of respect for, he's an orthopedic surgeon.
Hmm.
He's an orthopedic surgeon.
Neeraj
How is
Chopra,
Dr.
Rishabh Pant, many top athletes.
Once again, he's an orthopedic surgeon. He's not a sports scientist or a nutritionist.
Right.
Dr. Padiwala can't tell you about body weight. If
Right.
Dr. Padiwala starts giving recovery, he's Dr. Padiwala cannot give you recovery meals. No, that is
Any
not his.
bone injuries, muscle injuries, that's his
Of course.
department.
Yes. So how is it that Dr. Padiwala will be? Dr. Padiwala doesn't even know. He doesn't even know. This is not his area of expertise. This has to be the coach, has to be the sports scientist, has to be the nutritionist, boss. And there is a goof up there. And I would have taken it in Vinesh's case. कि mismanagement है चल or sorry natural body weight kick in कर गया aberration. How is it about अंतिम? अंतिम का कैसे
Hmm.
हो गया? 48 hours आपने उसको स्टार्व करा दिया, वो जाके 1.5 मिनट खेल नहीं पाई. अभिजीत was there. Abhijit told
Hmm.
me, अरे यार बुरियादा वो तो कुछ कर ही नहीं था, वो हार गया. And then she was howling and crying. She's a 20-year-old. Will you blame the
Hmm.
athlete or will you do what? And if there is a
I
mental
was
scar on the athlete, who takes responsibility?
less than 2 minutes में उसका bout खत्म हुआ 10-0 superiority. That guy has that he has won a medal at the World Championship. Can you digest the fact? And while she was going from the mixed zone, she didn't speak to the media. Just completely fine, but she was having tears, and anyone could understand that something is wrong because
Hmm.
एक भी move नहीं कर पाई क्या हो गया मतलब ऐसे what's wrong? And I think हम बोलते थे कि fourth is the worst finish. What? I mean, let's accept that कि ये failure
Hmm.
है. विनेश का वे नहीं होना एक फेल्यूर है. कोई ना कोई तो
Hmm.
रिस्पॉन्सिबल है. फिर आई डोंट नो, फिर कोई भी हो सकता है, सपोर्ट स्टाफ में हो सकता है, जैसे पूरे रहने होता है सब उसमें से भी कोई हो सकता है, हमको ये ढूंढ के निकालना पड़ता है, which is it's extremely important because the Olympic is not over yet. We still have our wrestlers contesting till 10th of August.
Right.
I guess on 11th of August also, if one of our wrestler plays, there will be a medal bout. Secondly, we need to have this process, and then probably this is where we are lagging. I mean, this is extremely shameful thing for India because at one time people are saying 10 medals and actually, but you don't have a standard process. Okay, I accept your natural body here, all those things, but we do need, we should have had the experts. Was even if there, I mean, there has to be like, this thing will arrive in the future as well, right? Like weight ज्यादा से बढ़ गया. So in that limited time, what you'll do? There has to be something, some kind of difficult, some kind of exercise or some kind of sauna she was taking. I spoke to Mia from Guam. She's a wrestler. She competed in the Antim Panghal category, and she said sometimes I don't take water. She was telling about her journey, how it is. I actually asked her question if the weighing machine is it the same while you do the cutoff, and is it a different? I mean, is like you get
Both
multiple
machines
chance.
are the same. हाँ.
Because if you because if ऐसा my question was कि एक ही बार wait करना होता है या you can do multiple times. So she said no, you can do multiple times because एक cut off होता है 8 AM का, उसके पहले आपको वो चेक करना होता है. आप उसी मशीन पे जाके करते हो because क्या होता है if there's a different machine then it can show you different
Right.
but वो केस. So a lot of things are there. So this is a big failure, I would say. वो fourth finish bronze medal तो बहुत अच्छा है, but ये आप compete भी नहीं कर पा रहे हो. This is मतलब हाथ का आया होता है यार, मुंह का यहाँ तक आया, medals छीन लिया गया. What to say in this situation? We have failed in this. I'm sorry to say we have
उसीलिए
failed.
ज्यादा दर्द हो रहा है, उसीलिए ज्यादा दर्द हो रहा है.
नहीं नहीं, अभी तो
एंड
और
एंड
ओलंपिक से,
फाइनल पहुंच
कॉमनवेल्थ
जाता है,
गेम्स से.
एक एथलीट फाइनल पहुंच जाता है, उससे ऊपर एथलीट क्या कर लेगा? कुछ नहीं कर पाएगा. एथलीट फाइनल पहुंच जाता है. कल एथलीट ने 3 बाउट जीत के फाइनल पहुंच गया, वो तो एथलीट का काम है. ऑफ कोर्स एथलीट को अकाउंटेबिलिटी लेना पड़ेगा, बिकॉज एथलीट तो है ही अकाउंटेबल. पर हम
राइट.
लोग तो खाली एथलीट को बोल देते हैं भाई. इस केस में तो एथलीट से ऊपर उसका जो टीम है उसका अकाउंटेबिलिटी का मामला है. बिकॉज मैं तो इसीलिए मेरा सपोर्ट टीम रखता हूँ ना, कि मेरा सपोर्ट टीम मेरे को बेस्ट फैसिलिटीज एंड बेस्ट एडवाइस देगा कि मैं कौन सा फ्लूइड कितना लूं, कौन सा प्रोटीन शेक, कौन सा फूड आइटम, एक्सेट्रा एक्सेट्रा. That is, Antim Panghal is 20 years old. You mean to say Antim Panghal will be an expert on nutrition?
Exactly,
नो.
Can he
exactly.
ever do that?
बॉस बॉस, एक बात बताओ मुझे. रेसलर अपने बाउट के बारे में सोचेगा कि ये सब चीजों के बारे में सोचेगा,
मेरा एक
वो उसका
सुनो,
काम नहीं है.
एग्जैक्टली.
I
रेसलर
just spoke to,
सपोर्ट टीम को सब करना है.
एक मिनट रुक जा अभिजीत. I just spoke to Vijay Sharma just now 5 minutes पहले. They are leaving the village to reach the weightlifting arena at 5:30 for Mira. And my first question was, sir, विनेश के बारे में बोला तो नहीं है ना आपने? कि सर उसको कुछ नहीं पता. That is the job of the coach, कि उसको कुकून करके रखो, कुछ मत बोलो. Don't let the negative energy impact your athlete. जीतेगा हारेगा अलग बात है, but so far at least Vijay Sharma has been able to cocoon Mirabai Chanu from all the negative energy. That is the job of the coach. Now you tell me, nahi. So come on, Antim Panghal is 20 years old. 20. How the hell is she supposed to know what is sports nutrition, what is this, what? She will follow the instruction of the coach, the nutritionist, and they are top dollar paid sports nutritionists of the world and top coaches. That is when I keep saying that it is a collective. It is not just the athlete. That is why I
Yep.
had issues with what Prakash sir said. It is always a collective. It is always a team. And that is what is failing us here. Heads must roll because accountability is needed in the collective.
I think it's give another worry to me because wrestling is not the only sports where athletes have to weigh. There's boxing, there's judo, there's even weightlifting. How many other sports we have? And we have to, this is going to be a big thing because these are the simple things, small things
Different coaches,
that
different
going to make the
nutritionists.
most difference. Yeah, I
Different
completely agree.
coaches,
But
different
yeah,
nutritionists.
but
So it's not the same set. You are seeing a pattern
yeah,
in wrestling. You are seeing a pattern in the two cases, Vinesh Phogat and Antim Panghal. Both weighing in cases. एक का ज्यादा वेट हो
correct.
गया, एक का
But
ज्यादा हो गया था, वो कम नहीं कर पाई और जाके एनर्जी लॉस हो गया तो हार गया.
but
So
Boreda, we
आपको
spoke
एक
to
पैटर्न देखना है.
We spoke to Nikhat as well. She said मैंने 2 दिन से कुछ खाया नहीं था. ये
Yeah.
हमको, we have to, I mean, the ecosystem have to understand कि that, all these foods में they have to come up with something. जब weight भी कम रहे और अच्छा न्यूट्रिशन भी मिले, हम ताकत भी रहे एथलीट के पास.
Yeah, absolutely. And Gagi, to add, I completely agree with Boryada and Abhijit, and I've also been following everything that's been taking place, all the lives that you have done with Boryada as well. So just to add my part, I think it's just absolutely heartbreaking. I think it's, like Abhijit mentioned, you reach so close and it's taken away from you. I think it's hurting more because all of us expected her to go the distance and see this through. And just to see the fight that Vinesh put up was something that was remarkable and almost inspiring a nation. It has inspired a nation with the fight that she's put up. So, with all of this taking place at the moment, I think it's taking a bigger toll on the whole nation because it's uncalled for in a way. It's something that you wouldn't predict. It's something that you wouldn't even expect to happen. A defeat wouldn't have hurt so much than this hurting as much. So I think even I'm a bit like even it's hurting me as well, to be honest, because like you feel the emotions with the athletes, you see the emotion, you see what they go through, you see everything that they've been through, and when you reach there and something like this happens, it's just shattering. So I completely agree with Abhijit and Boryada as well that there has to be a better fraternity maybe put into place where if something like this happens, what can we do the next time? Because you can't afford to let these things happen. You're an athlete is competing for a gold medal, and something like this takes place a day before or a couple of days before. This can't happen again, Gagi. So it's yeah, just I just felt like getting this out as well from my end.
Yeah, Boria sir, what I don't understand is this time around there's a special sports science team that has gone with the athletes. So how is this possible? And the people that are blaming Vinesh, blaming Antim, I mean, come on, they're athletes. They're not sports science specialists. They've not studied nutrition and diet and whatever and sports science in school or college. They don't have those degrees. There are specified people for that exact reason, so they can guide athletes on what to eat and what not to eat. uh, Vinesh is not going to go to the Olympics and think about, oh, what should I eat? How many carbs am I eating? How many macros and micros or whatever? That is the support staff's job. So, now that I find out, I was reading your tweets as well that Antim had completely lacked energy because she also was starving from the past 2 days. We saw that happening with Nikhat Zareen as well. Trisha recited that story to me about how she came out after her loss and hugged you guys and cried and told you guys about how she hadn't had a drop of water or any food in the past 2 days. I mean, this is not how it should be. You need your athletes to be at their best physically. When you're talking, this is the Olympics. I'm sure that the other athletes, at least a majority of them, are not going through this because they've been better managed since a long time. This is I mean, yeah,
There is
Boria.
a question which says Swapnil Mishra, Boria is abusing the fans instead of athletes for failing in Olympics. Which fan have I abused? You. Are you a fan? Which athlete should you abuse? You want to abuse Vinesh Phogat for having been 100 grams more? You want to abuse Antim Panghal because she's a 20-year-old who could not do her best having been starving for the last 48 hours? You want to abuse
By the
Lakshya
way,
Sen? Who do you want to
Swapnil
abuse?
also commented that she was eating biryani, and so you are also
So
abusing
look,
them.
actually look at your comment. Biryani for Vinesh or something like that. You call yourself a fan, Swapnil? We actually respect you. Trust me. You are a misogynist. We are respecting you. There are many who make India. You are one. There are categories of fans. There are categories of people who respect. There are categories of sports lovers. Look at the comments here. There are people I love them, Shayon and Priyanshu, and there are lots of thousands. If you see our coverage, it's viral. And there are people like you, Shopdin. People like you, trust me. And am I abusing you? No, no. I'm celebrating you. Believe me, people like you make Indian sport glorious. They adorn us with so much glory that our athletes will love to have a fan like you who will worship them at some point in time and give them accolades. Trust me, Shopnil, you should be framed. You are the ideal Indian sports fan who should be eulogized, who should be painted with blue and said that this is the bleed blue that we need in India. Believe me, I honestly think you should come to Paris and replace Gagan Narang as the chef de mission of the Indian contingent. India will win some medals, Shopney. Trust me. Believe me. I'm praising you to the skies. With due humility and modesty, you're a role model, Shopney. Everybody will follow you. Coming to answer some serious questions. You know, I genuinely think we are missing a trick here. We have spent enormous amount of money, and it is not about blaming the athlete. Never will be. Never will be. It is about getting things right. When the IOA is spending the money, when the ministry is spending the money, when the Mission Olympic Cell is spending the money, when the top scheme is spending the money, people who have come here, are they doing their job well? India has sent 117 athletes and 140 support staff, which includes sports science, nutritionist, mental conditioning coach, physiotherapist, and coaches. So it's almost a 1:1 ratio. I don't think any other team has done that kind of thing. Okay, so I actually believe that we need to ask some really hard questions of the people who we consider top-notch professionals and are being paid top dollar.
Yeah. Uh, there are some more comments coming after that, but let's just ignore that. Ishan, has this super chat been taken?
No, it hasn't, Gagi. It hasn't.
Okay.
No.
So Rahul Das is asking, I think the IOA and Indian Sports Ministry should give these players much, much better infrastructure for their betterment in Olympics 2028. Abhijit.
Yeah, see, things have changed. I mean, I would say I've seen the difference. This is my third Olympics, so things have changed. Uh, there are the way where the sports ministry is doing their best. I is also doing best. We have a top scheme as well, but I think there's one thing is top scheme is only for the athletes that the government or every other is expecting to finish the athletes on the podium, target Olympic podium scheme. But I think we need to more put the money in the grassroots level. That's one thing. We still need to work a lot on our grassroots levels. Secondly, let's try to understand because it's not only about Olympics. You just can't say okay, Olympics from focus and no. You have to start on making an ecosystem which will help you throughout the long time where you can win medals everywhere. See, Olympics is only one thing. Try to take it a broader level. That if you become very good in all in the sports, be it any international level, you will automatically win the medal at the Olympics. Why Neeraj Chopra won the medal at Olympics? I mean, of course, he's a different level of athlete, but the infrastructure was there, everything was there. There was proper, and he was supported by the corporates like GSW and all this. So you need a lot of things, and then things have improved. We can't just say like IO in Indian sports ministry, they're doing their job. But I think first we need to prepare for like worst of the worst situation. I think this is probably one of the worst situation. If we
Hold on,
have to
hold on.
grow,
Now we will have some English classes here. Aviral, Rev Sports, you guys threw words like misogynist so frivolously, but it's so stupid to play the women card, victim card whenever you want. So, what is Vinesh? What is Vinesh? What card is that? What card, my friend? You will now give us a lesson in English to me, who I dare say have learned a little bit in my life. Went and did a degree at the University of Oxford, and Shormishta, who was in the morning show, has a small degree called a PhD from the University of Chicago. Will learn English lessons from you, Aviral. No problem. We will learn lessons from Swapnil on fans. We will learn English from you. Fair enough. What victim card has Videsh played? What is the victim card that we are playing? We have said that it is a national heartbreak. You deny. We have said that Vinesh is still a champion. You deny. We have said that Vinesh should be celebrated. You deny. We have said that Vinesh has given it her all in the three bouts that she played. You deny. Come on, tell me, have some courage, come and tell me. I really need to learn some English. I've asked you some four straight questions. Have the courage to come and respond to me. And I'll even open the phone line. If you want to come and join me, I openly say, come and join me. Show some courage. It is very easy to sit behind a veil and tell me and teach me some English. And I'm willing to learn some English, no problem. But what card are we playing? What victim card? What victim is Vinesh? What women card are we playing? We are standing by the athlete, and trust me, till we die, we will stand by Vinesh Phogat. Till we die, we will stand by Laksha Sen. That's why we are here. We will stand by every athlete because we know what it takes to win against Susaki. We know what it takes to win against that Cuban girl to make an Olympic final. We know what it takes to be in Vinesh's position today when you thought you were an Olympic gold medalist, a possible gold medalist, and now you're a disqualified athlete. You know what? It is very easy to be a Twitter warrior and a Facebook warrior and a YouTube warrior with 140 characters and coming and abusing us. It is very easy. It is very easy because nobody sees you. You are behind a veil. You are behind a veil. You're a bot. You're a troll. That's what you are. And you try to teach us English. Fair enough. Now we will take English classes. At least we will learn something from you.
Yeah, I think this is just ridiculous. I think, I've been seeing this since the morning. We've been getting a lot of comments of hate, criticism. It's absolutely sad, and I think Gagi already addressed the audience in the morning show as well. I'll just do it again. Guys, you're supposed to support here. It's a hard time for everyone, and instead of, you know, writing comments online with no face, that's very easy to do. And instead of doing that, I think it's time to stand up as a nation and support the athletes who have gone out there and really put out their blood, sweat, and tears. So this is not called for at the moment. Gagi, I would like to ask Abhijit a question. Abhijit, obviously, what has happened is absolutely unfortunate. Vinesh was setting the benchmark. She has set the benchmark, obviously. World Cup, I mean, Olympic gold at the moment would have meant something completely different. But with this unfortunate incident happening, in your opinion, where is the way forward from here? What do you think the wrestling fraternity should be doing? And how much of an impact do you think this will have on the youngsters who would want to take up a sport like this in the future?
So it's not for the sport. I think they have to be more, you know, uh, as I said, they have to think on worst to worst case. So it's not new even for the minister. She didn't know like we have to weigh. So every wrestler will be knowing that. But I guess, as I said, we have to work more on the small things. I mean, why the weight increase because the food or the intake whatever she had taken has increased. I think the wrestler first of all need to understand how is your body. If you have each and every details about your body, like okay, if I eat this going to improve my X amount of weight. I think that's the practice has to be followed n number of times before entering into any international tournament. Imagine if this kind of situation Vinesh Phogat would have been in let's say any other tournament, and then this is not the first time. Even I remember now the World Championship also happens in a way that you have the qualification matches. I mean the knockout stage earlier and the medal rounds on the next day. So this is like you have to dress rehearsal these things. Okay, you are at this situation. You have to put in a lot of efforts. What should I eat? What should I not? And this is like you have to make things normal. This I would say would have been easily possible had that things has been repeated. So all these things, if you do repeat and repeat of it, I'm sure. I mean, you don't see other wrestlers having that. Why? Because they have followed a pattern. Something has been missed out here. What is that that need to be followed? And then that's why at every Olympics, all be it athlete, be it support staff, even I as a media, I'll be writing my notes.
Hmm.
We should submit it to the of course the minister and over because you never know what you can learn from this Olympics that will help not only at least the other ecosystem as well. Because these are the
Yeah.
small things. I always say small things make difference. And this is like a बहुत बड़ा मजाक बन गया हमारा क्योंकि हम
Hmm.
ऐसे स्टेज पे मेडल हाथ में आया and we have lost on this boss. This is a big I mean इससे मतलब शर्म की बात है यार इतना बड़ा देश है हम
Yeah.
हम इतना अच्छा कर रहे हैं सब जगह पे, ऐसे ऐसे मोड पे हम मतलब क्या गलती हुई, ये बहुत बहुत बड़ा टॉपिक है। मेडल जीत के यार बड़ी बात है, लेकिन ये मेडल ऐसे हारना वॉज
बहुत ही
कम्प्लीटली अनएक्सेप्टेबल। कौन उन्होंने देखना चाहिए, हु इज रिस्पॉन्सिबल। बिकॉज मैंने कहा कि ये अभी भी जितना हो सकता है इन्वेस्टिगेट जल्दी करो, बिकॉज अभी ओलंपिक्स खत्म नहीं हुआ है और आगे
हम्म।
भी ऐसे सिचुएशन आ सकते हैं, नॉट ओनली इन रेसलिंग, अदर स्पोर्ट्स एज वेल। तो ये बहुत बड़ा thing है, इसको डीप इन्वेस्टिगेशन करना पड़ेगा थोरोली,
This
व्हाट एग्जैक्टली।
Absolutely. Thank you,
this
Abhijit.
is yeah, this is like a wake up call, like Abhijit said.
जस्ट सॉरी, विनेश फोगट के बारे में आपने पूछा, शी इज 29 years old, शी इज ब्रेव, शी द माइंडसेट। कल नीरज चोपड़ा भी बोल रहा था, हमको बोला कि तगड़ा माइंडसेट से आई है, तगड़ा माइंडसेट है उसका। अभी उसका लाइफ रेसलिंग का बहुत बाकी है। आई विश एंड आई प्रे फॉर कि वो बहुत अच्छा खेलेंगे आगे भी आने वाले टूर्नामेंट में। एंड जरूर वो तो स्ट्रांग है ही, इससे तो और स्ट्रांग बनेगी। लॉट ऑफ लर्निंग नॉट ओनली टू विनेश बट टू अदर रेसलर्स।
There's a super chat here. Anubhav Talukdar is asking, Boria sir, I am very angry with the support staff, but my heart goes out to athletes like Vinesh and Antim. What should we, the real sports fan, do now?
You've hit the nail on the head, my friend. You've hit the nail on the head. I mean,
Yeah.
we are in the same boat. We are in the same boat. I mean, what does Vinesh and Antim do? What does Ritika Huda do? What does Aman Sherawat do? If the same thing happens with Ritika Huda and Anshu Malik and Aman Sherawat and the rest of the wrestlers, how do we know it won't happen? I mean, do we have some kind of guarantee that it won't happen? Are we in that position to say that? Because if two of our top athletes have suffered this, both medal contenders, how do we know it won't happen with some of the others? This is a serious problem. So you've absolutely hit the nail on the head, Anubhav, and I wish I had an answer, but yes, you are a real sports fan and I respect that, and I understand the pain because all of us are going through the same pain.
Yes. One question that I think we can call it a day now. We'll take some final questions and call it and wrap up the show. But one question that I had, Bhuya sir, was that according to the rules, 2 kgs overweight is permissible. So was Vinesh 2 kg plus 100 gram? Like what was the weight limit? What was going on there?
I think not even 1 gram is permissible. Not even
I
1 gram above the weight is permissible.
so what that there's some screenshot going around of
If
the
if
rules.
it is, if she is participating 50 kg, her weight
Yeah.
has to be either exact 50 kg or less than that.
Yeah.
Even
No, I'm asking
50,
because there are a lot of people on social media who are going around and
no,
saying that 2 kgs is permissible. So she was 52 kgs plus 100 grams extra. So that is not the case. Exactly. That's a big misinformation going around social media right now. Yes, Abhijit.
Her exact weight was 50.1. That is what it was when in the morning she weighed, and she was disqualified. That's it. She had to be 50. There's nothing more, not 1 gram. Because Lalovic, the UWW boss, has already come out that with an interview, not one, many. He spoke to Abhinav in the morning. Think he spoke to Parth Jindal. He spoke to PT Usha and repeatedly emphasized the same thing that UWW said, that they want wrestlers to be in their particular weight categories and exact weight, and not do anything which is overweight or something like that, because that is important for the ethicality of the sport.
Yeah. So the 2 kg rule, by according to Shailesh Agrawal, is permissible in national events, but this is
Not at the Olympic Games. Forget anything else. Let's talk about the Olympic Games. And the Olympic Games, it is not even 1 gram that is more. If
exactly
Vinesh was 50.1 gram, no.
because there are a lot of trolls on social media as well saying she ate biryani and she did this and that and she got 52
Yeah,
kg. She was
Vinesh Phogat is vegetarian. Who's eating biryani? Who's talking what? Where is all this coming from? Biryani and all this. Who's saying all this? I mean, come on, boss. She fought 3 bouts yesterday, and then at the end of the day, all she did was try to reduce her weight. Where is biryani coming?
It's crazy
मेरे
what's
को बता
going.
दो कहाँ पे मिलता है पेरिस में, मैं जाके खा लूंगा.
I mean, incredible. People are incredible. But we'll take our leave. Thank you so much, Abhijit, Boria, and Nishan for joining. Thank you so much for joining, and everyone who's watching. Stay tuned to Ref Sports. Uh, is there a chance for anything to happen after the appeal? Not
No,
nothing,
no,
right?
no, 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 no.
No, no chance.
I mean, all this
Nothing.
appeal is bogus. I mean, it was a
Formality.
tokenism that was being done.
Yeah.
There is zero chance. The IOA tried to do whatever it could do on its part, but what is the ground? Your athlete has failed a weight test. There's no. What is the ground to appeal? Then somebody else who has been disqualified, and there are uh, three other athletes who have been disqualified. Now they will come and say, "Boss, we are also disqualified. Why are you not giving us the right to go and compete?" No, no, no chance of anything happening at all.
Yep.
Exactly, exactly. Okay then.
And by the way, we are not Congress party or whatever BJP party.
Has
No party.
no clue
Don't
what's
care.
going.
I mean,
Yeah.
BJP, Congress, we don't care. I mean, I'm delighted that this, and I'm on record, delighted that this government has spent this kind of money on sport. Delighted
Yep.
that the ministry has done what it has. Delighted that the number of support staff that it was sent, and I'm on record saying this, that I'm delighted that finally we were doing 1:1, sending support staff, sending proper medical people. There's no question. I'm thrilled. So all this Congress, BJP, nothing. We have
I think,
no political
yeah,
color whatsoever.
I just like to add, I think the day when we will say 1:3 ratio, I mean, of the athlete and support staff, I mean, support staff, I'm not talking about any other, we'll have more medals. We'll have more medals than any other Olympics we have. Because you need, if you see USA, any other country, they send more support staff. These are required. This is absolutely required. You need three support staff for every athlete. When we'll have that, तब देखना मेडल कितने होंगे. ये लिख के लेना.
चलिए तो बंद करते हैं ये शो. थैंक यू सो मच एवरीवन फॉर जॉइनिंग. You're on
मीराबाई के
mute.
लिए प्रे करो.
Yes. Now we shall
मीराबाई
move.
के लिए प्रे करो. एग्जैक्टली कितना 2-2.5 घंटे में है. मैंने तो एज आई टोल्ड यू, मैंने विजय शर्मा से कहा सर बोला तो नहीं है उनको. इसे नहीं नहीं मीरा को कुछ नहीं पता. सो ही इज बीन
तो
सो
उसको
फॉर
वो
कुकुल मीरा. सो
उसको वो वेट कितना उठा के उसको बताते नहीं शर्मा जी, ये सब चीज कैसे बताएंगे.
नहीं नहीं वो तो अभी दे आर एक्चुअली गिविंग वेट. ओ गॉड 5:30 बजे दे आर गोइंग देयर टू गिव वेट.
Oh God.
मैं वही बोल रहा था, बोले था ये बहुत बड़ा टेंशन होने वाला है, but all the other sports.
This is my
Ah, because she's
goodness.
49 kilos. Mirabai is 49 kilos, so folks, she's also got to give weight at 5:30. They left the village when I last, what, for 35, 40 minutes. So they should be at the venue, which is South Paris Arena by 5:30, do the weight, and then the competition at 7. Nishan Dev cheated to a degree, bad refereeing. Amit Rohidas, questionable red card. Yesterday, questionable penalty stroke. Today, Vinesh Phogat, and thereafter Antim Panghal, incompetence. What an Olympic Games! I just am. I'm crying for some good news. Someone give me the Mira medal. I mean, Mira, Niraj, and hockey. Somehow, somewhere, something should happen. Enough of this negativity.
Well, okay, so we'll wrap up this show, and on a much positive note, we still have Mirabai to look to today, and hopefully we'll get some positive results.